Greetings, everybody. Greetings. And today's video is going to talk about the origin of the word Sabbath. We all know what Sabbath means, but today's video is just to show you the language in that word. That word is a Bantu language, and as we know, the language mostly featured in the Bible is the Bantu language, okay, which is spoken today. It's never been extinct like all the claims out there. So there's people speaking that language. Okay, it's called Zulu, Tswana, Swahili. I mean, there's Bantu group of people that are speaking that language today. So, and I'm one of them speaking that language. I speak English as well. So, but that language was my first language. It's still my first language, just that I don't speak it anymore now because I'm here. So anyway, so Sabbath, I'm showing you now what word that means, okay, what it means. So that's the purpose of this video. And here we've heard of that word Sabbath day. I mean, it's spelled differently. Sabbath day, this Sabbath day, happy Sabbath, it's featured, I mean, in the Bible. You find it clear in the Bible. So I'm just showing people that might probably don't understand what I'm talking about. Sabbath, Sabbath, Sabbath. We've seen it. The fourth commandment, keep that Sabbath day holy. And so even Cindy also spoke about it on the cross. Hey, Eli Eli El'amasabbactane. This is for Sabbath keepers. Sabatha is a Sabbath keeper. So there's another video of mine. I'm explaining exactly what he was saying and breaking it down so you can understand that, that mistranslation in the Bible is just wrong. So anyway, so this video is saying what Sabbath is, what it means, and what language that Sabbath word. We're just breaking down the word today, not explaining what the Sabbath day, and there's a separate video for that. Okay, you got that now. So Sabbath, rest. Sabbath, what it means. So the essence of this, now for you to understand what the word Sabbath is, you must associate it with rest. It's about the day of rest. Yes, you all know that. So you get the gist of the message of the message of the Sabbath is the resting. Now, what in that language? Because now in the Bantu language, it gotta mean rest somewhere because that's what it means, right? According to the Bible, Sabbath is about resting. Rest. Yes, in the Bantu language, that word it has to mean rest. And I'm telling you in this video right now, it means rest. It's just that a lot of the Bantu people are just going with the flow. They lose their focus on the actual meanings of the word. Like, how could Bantu people not pick up that Eli Eli El'amasabbactane means this is for... They speak the language every day. But when I put out a video saying, okay, this is what it means. Actually Eli means this. But if you read the whole line, you won't pick up, just isolate, think out of the box. That's what it means. Think out of the box and you will actually see behind the words that you're actually reading. Okay? So anyway, so that word Sabbath, all right, comes from a Bantu language, and that Bantu language is Sabatha. In Bantu language, it's called Sabatha. Okay? Sabatha. Say it like that, Sabatha. But then the English say Sabbath, Sabbath, some call it Sabbath. They put it in, but it's Sabatha, right? If you get it right that way first, then you'll see, okay, Sabatha. Now, let's break that word down. Sa means we, right? Okay, I'll show you in Google Translate. Just that Google Translate won't have a lot of the Bantu words. They'll have some of them. So I'll show you what they have. If they don't, I'll just say it to you. So, sa means we, as you can see there. So, we, bata, ute bata. To bata is to just sit down and do nothing. It's like you just sit there. You're going to just bata then and not get up, off your behind and do something. So, to bata is to just sit, just sit. Boom. Right? I don't know how else to explain it. So, it's not to sit down, like to just sit. No, it's just to sit. You're sitting on your behind. It's just some sitting that's like, okay, you're just over it. You're just sitting. No way. You got to be doing something. So it's that sitting that's like, okay, it's not like any other day kind of sitting. It's sitting, all right? So ute bata, right? That's what, our father likes using these figures of speeches and mata, bata, kama, mene. So he likes using if you can see the pattern of how he speaks through the Bible, if you pick up the Bantu words in the Bible, I've got featured some video about them. You'll see that he picks the figures of speeches. He don't like speaking direct words. He'll be using different figures, because figures of speeches can be applied in a lot of different contexts. I'm giving you now the thinking behind it. In a lot of different contexts. So he likes using one word that can be translated into different context situations. All right. So I'll show you now this bata. Bata can be also features in different situations, but the gist of the meaning or the intention stays the same. I hope you understand this. Sometimes I'll be a little deep, but ask me questions if you don't understand something. So, Sabatha, okay, we just sit. Okay, sit out behind. People be surprised. Why are you all sitting? It's like that kind of sitting. Right. So, now, there it is. Google Translate has we. So, I put two, let me just say different. So, but just to show you what sa means. Sa means we, right? We. But the Google Translate mistranslates the word bata. Okay, it just, it puts it in some different language. So I didn't even bother to put it in there, create confusion. But sa means we, as you can see over there, right? Okay. Now, I'll show you another, just so you can understand the pattern of how our Father speaks. Our Father uses that Bantu language. So this is closer. In the Bantu language group of languages, these specific ones that he likes using mostly in the Bible is the Xhosa. Why? I don't know. And then sometimes he'll use Etswana, and sometimes like Lechanyan, which is John the Baptist, he was called Lechanyan. And then the fake Jews called him Yochanan, because they're trying to. So Lechanyan is another Bantu, but it's Tswana this time. It's not Xhosa. All right. But then, so there's different Bantu languages that are featured in the Bible, but the most one, almost like 90%, is the Xhosa language within the Bantu group, right? You get it now. So I'll show you another one. So this slide here is trying to show you mata versus bata. Bata, we've already spoken about bata, okay, which is on the right. So mata is to be quiet. When your mouth is quiet, you say to mata. Somebody is umati, like umata. Sumata. Don't be just quiet when you gotta speak out. All right? So when you're quiet, when you gotta speak out, you are mata, which is the mouth part. But the bata is the body part. It's an equivalent of mata, but the body is the subject. All right? So I'm just trying to create a correlation so you can understand what this bata mean. And then, because now mata is used more frequently in the Bantu groups, and even somewhere in Africa. So it's used a lot. So stop being mata, mata. Mata is when you're quiet, you're supposed to speak out, you're just quiet. So that's an irregular type of being quiet. Same as bata. Bata is to when you're sitting. You're supposed to be up and doing something, working and doing things, but no, you're just sitting. So you are bata, ute bata, all right? You take bata all the time, watching TV, playing video games. You gotta get up and do something. So to bata all the time. So that's what it is. I'm trying to, get you to understand. Right? So bata, a typical example of mata. You see this, Black Lives Matter. That's an opposite of mata. People are speaking out over this. So it's an opposite of mata. Right? So you get it. So bata. There's mata and bata. Okay, there's different other ones. I just put two examples there so you can understand the bata better in the context of something else that's almost similar to it. Okay, so just an end over here. All right, so now, there's a mistranslation again. So mata, Google Translate, you can't really trust that Google Translate because sometimes I don't know who they're using to translate the Bantu languages over there, but a lot of the Bantu words are not translated good. So an example, the Tswana is not even Google Translate, for example. The Tswana, the Lechanyan, it's not in there. So I had to type it in there myself because I know how to speak Tswana as well. So Tswana, so mata is to run in Tswana. But in Xhosa, which is what I was showing you now, mata in Xhosa is to be quiet when you're not supposed to be quiet. Right? So te mata. Homata. Homata in Tswana is to run. Now, this here is not kosa. All right. I'm just showing you now the mistranslations that you'll pick up if you're trying to be depending on Google Translate. All right. And which don't even have a lot of them important Bantu languages. Not even that Google Translate. Okay. And most of the online translations don't have a Tswana language. You'll find it in some few ones. For why? I don't know. Okay. I don't know what these ants have been trying to come in here. I don't know where they come. The devil is a lie. He ain't going. But anyway, let's carry on. So here's an example now in context of bata. Ute bata, like I just explained to you. So bata, you're sitting. You ain't supposed to be. You ain't got no business sitting. But so that's how other people looking at you, they're going to think you ain't got no business be sitting down doing nothing. You got to be getting up and doing some work and do some. But so they'll see you as ute bata. Okay, Sabatha, you Sabatha, all right? So that's the word that will apply to you when you're sitting like that. The way our Father Sonini wants us to sit and be just calm and do no work on that Bata day, all right? We got a Sabatha, to sit down. So I'm showing you another example on the left-hand side of the mata, matile. So Mata, they took all your stuff because Mata, you are Mata. You're just quiet. You ain't going to speak out. They know they're going to come take your stuff and you're going to say nothing about it. Right? So, Mata. So, Bata to Bata. Right? Now, I hope you get it now. I've been making a whole lot of examples. So, here's another example of now where I was telling that our Father likes choosing a word that can be applied in a different context, but the gist being the same. The message is the same, but it's used in different contexts. Okay? So an example is when somebody, people who walk with the feet like that, making a V, they call this, they said they got a bata on their feet. Okay? Une bata. He's walking with a bata. So that means that they got that. So, and then I'm showing you now with regular feet on one side, walking straight, and then people walking like that. Their feet got a bata. So they're slowed down. All right? You cannot be. So it's something that's slowed down, or you put a stumbling something. So in a bata. So it's something that hinders you from going forward. It slows you down. So that's another meaning of bata in a different context. Not just sitting down. No, the sitting down is a bata, but it's sitting down. Now, here's another one. The slowing down is una bata. Even something that is rigged. Let's say there's an election that's been rigged. Hey, that election, there's a bata in that election. So something that slows down the process or hinders or puts something. So it's called a bata. There's a bata in that process. All right. So a bata is something that slows you down. Right. So una bata. So you can see now. And that same bata is used for sitting down. Some bata is used for Sabatha. You have to, we sit, we bata, we slow down. So that is what bata comes from in the Bantu language. Sabatha. So Sonini is like that. He likes using figures of speeches. Even when naming people, so I think Noah to is somebody who keeps exclaiming. I'm making an example now. I'll probably do another video separate today. But I'm just showing you how our Father picks the word and namings of things. He likes using the figures of speeches, and even when naming people, he'll associate it with a figure. All right? He uses figures to make a visual representation into people when he communicates. Say, oh, you are Noah, because you're always exclaiming, what you doing? Stop doing it. Like no Yeah, you are the guy. Okay, you are a no So he called him no. So he probably called him Noah. Probably he had another name and then he was called Noah. Or he told the father, the parents at birth, you must call him Noah because I'm going to use him. He's going to be everywhere, right? Anyway, so I'm just showing you examples so you can understand the origin of the word Sabatha, right? Okay. Bye.